morning. Here we go. Take me out to the crowd.
Where we at?
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I won't care if I ever get back for its root. Root, root for the red legs if
What is
they
a red
don't
leg?
win
I
it.
don't
James, the old Reds name. For it's 1,
2,
3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. It is hats off day, Cubs.
Good morning and hats off to everyone for a great Friday.
Absolutely. Hats off to our staff. Hats off to our students. If you wore your hat today, that's great. We're glad you're here. If you didn't bring a hat today, that's also fine. We're glad that you're here because we're going to have an awesome Friday.
We did see some people coming in with fun hairstyles in lieu of a hat day, and it was
That works too,
There was
yeah.
a cupcake with sprinkles.
It is April 19th, 2024. Again, it's going to be an awesome Friday, and we have some fun stuff to celebrate on announcements today. We do birthdays first?
I would love to do birthdays. We also, friends, we know that today is a big day for Swifties. The new album finally dropped today, so I know everybody's very excited about that. I felt like I was hearing it this morning while I was in my office.
I heard it's 31 new songs.
Congrats. I heard it was a double hidden album or something to that effect, which for all you Swifties, congratulations, enjoy. I'm so happy for you. All right, the 19th. It is Sophia Morano in Miss Fetzer's room, Andrew Tracy in Miss Kellerman's room. Happy birthday. And then we will do weekend birthdays today instead of summer birthdays. We have, let's see, Piper Martin in Mrs. Cunningham's room, Vaughn Wagner in Mrs. Chuck Vari's room for Saturday the 20th. And for the 21st on Sunday, we have Zachariah in Mrs. Cunningham's class, Molly in Mrs. Wodes' class, Whitaker in Mrs. Montgomery's class, Ella in Mrs. Winkle's class. Happy birthday, friends. We hope you have a great day. And hopefully the stormy weather has passed and you guys can do something fun.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to announce our March Cub leaders.
That's right, we have our
Here we go. We're so proud of our Cub leaders.
We are, and we were waiting for a couple more to get entered. So we apologize for the delay, but we want to include as many Cub leaders from as many areas across the building as possible. So thank you for getting those in. I'm going to start with kindergarten.
Let's do it.
In Mrs. Benjamin's room, Madison McFall, congratulations. In Miss Fiore's room, Jasky Rott Carr, congratulations. In Mrs. Francis, Mrs. Hayes' room, Ender Skirtich, not happy birthday, congratulations. In Mrs. Lerman's room, Matab Sohal, congratulations. Mrs. Montgomery, Reed Visnick, congratulations. Miss Churko, Angelica, that's fun, Angelica. Osterio Menendez, congratulations. Mrs. Chuck Vari, May McDonald, Mrs. Stone, Piper Grabbert, Mrs. Cunningham, Piper Martin, and Mrs. Knapp, Macy Malden. Congratulations.
Oh, I would love to do first grade. From first grade, our Cub leaders are Maria J. from Mrs. Ridinger's room, Samuel B. from Mrs. Todd's room, Raylan L. from Mrs. Blackburn's room, Eva S. from Mrs. Musser's room, Leah T. from Mrs. Winkle's room, Bhumika, thank you very much. Sorry, Bhumika. From Mrs. Patterson's room. Quinn A. from Mr. Harold's room. Maddie C. from Mrs. Sprague's room. Roop S. from Mrs. Morris's room. Jace W. from Mrs. Fisher's classroom. And Z-Rod J. from Miss Stein's classroom.
Yay.
Congratulations.
You ready to do second grade?
I sure am. From Mrs. Allen's room, Eliana T. From Mrs. Cavender's room, Kayla Goldner. Mrs. Wafogel, Ishmael A. Miss Buffler is Ishan Y. Mrs. Wozis, Rebecca M. Mrs. Moeller, Ariane C. Miss Eggert, Kenley Z. Mrs. Kellerman, Jonah Held. Mrs. Wilson, Mabel T. Mrs. Fetzer, Elise M.
Wonderful. All right. So the last group of Cub leaders that we have are from extra teachers around the building. So it may be a specials teacher, a reading interventionist, an intervention specialist. It could be anybody. So get ready. Naran Drip in Miss Wozis' room was Miss Haynes' pick. Mr. Boden's pick was Olivia Booker. Mrs. DeBrunner's pick was Zach Lachui.
Zach L.
Zach L. Mr. Gellerman's pick was Adeline Kirkendall in Miss Sprague's room. Miss Mino's pick, Paxton Poff in Miss Stone's room. Miss Kennedy's pick, Goldchera in Mrs. Patterson's room. Mrs. A picks Adeline Ronis, congratulations. Mrs. Russell, Vera Meyer in
For
Miss
Miss
Fisher's
Fisher.
room. Miss Adams, Miss Kraft, Miss Reese, and Miss Tierney picks Sasha Burnett in Mrs. Cavender's room. Mrs. Dyer, Adia Loyal in Miss Buffler's room. Mrs. Vondahar, Nancy Mature in Miss Eggert's room. Mrs. Robinson, Jessica Morales de Leon in Mrs. Wadfogel's room. And Mrs. Harms picked Alida Velasquez Ortiz in Miss Stone's room. Congratulations!
Cub leaders,
Congratulations.
this means you were showing the Creekside Cub motto all over for the past month, and we love hearing that. So congratulations, we're proud of you, and we will announce soon the date and what we're going to do for that March celebration.
I hope it's something outside.
I do too, because the weather has been awesome.
It's been
Speaking of, let's go over weather.
So today is going to be a high of 71. It is going to be a little breezy though. Like right now it feels a little breezy and cool, but I heard that the weather is taking a dip to coldness this weekend.
I
Like it's
heard
going to
that
be a
too.
little chilly this weekend.
Not
But
like
that-
snowy chilly,
No, just
but
a little like I need a coat chilly. Still good weather.
now windy today. Hold on to your hat.
Hold on to that hat.
All right, time for our cafeteria challenge.
Oh, I'm so
Oh
excited.
my
Wow.
goodness!
Okay,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Whoa!
Second
grade.
grade.
Wonderful job,
Nice
second
job.
grade.
Hats off to you, second grade.
Yes.
Wow.
So $3 cup cash for all second graders and $5 for Miss Buffler's class. Excellent job. I'm saying cash class. I don't know.
I thought you
Miss
said
Buffler's-
cat.
No, I was going for cash and
Okay.
class. It clashed. It's great.
$5 to every cat.
Second grade, way to be leaders and step up and show how to do this. Kindergarten, first grade, I saw your name on here. Let's make it a great week next week to try to earn that Cub Cash.
Great.
That's right. We start a new week of this challenge today. We start those on Fridays, so
Absolutely.
it's a clean slate. Begins today.
Wins. And I will be in the cafeteria for part of today to be able to help contribute to this decision for today. I'm
Oh,
looking forward to it.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Let's do our Creekside Cub motto and get this Friday started.
Here at Creekside, we take care of others, we take care of ourselves, and we take care of this place.
Creekside
Cubs care.
Bye,
Have
everyone.
a great day,
Bye,
Cubs.
Cubs. Happy weekend.
Please stand for the pledge.